Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing this look. I am creating this look for you using what I pulled in my Shop My Stash rotation for the month of April, and I hope that you're in for it if you would like to see the steps that it took for me to get here, because it is kind of a lot of steps. It was a hot mess. It started out real damn rough, and I would love for you guys to walk along this crazy ass journey with me today. But if that does sound like something that you're interested in, I do hope that you stick around. For those of you who are new here, my name is Donna. I'm so happy to have you here today. I am a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as a district leader for Ulta, and I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education through reviews on my channels, my channel. I only have one. I also do a lot of Shop My Stashes, a lot of project pans, and just love to talk about makeup. I like to talk about makeup. You also do if you're here. So I pick you, Pikachu, to talk to, and I hope that you pick me also. So with that said, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing before you go. And let's roll into my Hot Mess Express of a Get Ready With Me. I would love to share with you the tragic history of this eye look. So today I just really thought that I would do a Get Ready With Me using my products in my Shop My Stash. I am a little perturbed at this Hello Kitty mirror, if I'm honest. Like, it just shuts itself off, and I don't know why. I can't use it because it just turns itself off. I wonder why it turns itself off. I have got it plugged in. I typically start with my eyes. I don't have like a primer in my Shop My Stash for my eyes except for this one, which is actually kind of a really tacky, really sticky, almost glue-like base that I will use with like pigments and whatnot. I am going to go into my Shop My Stash items because I thought that they would, you know, partner well with what I've got going on here, what I'm trying to accomplish here, and use the Ulta Beauty matte eyeshadow primer. You guys can see it really does do some damage on whiting out just everything that you're trying to get it to like blank canvas on your eye. It is phenomenal. So I also thought I would do kind of Get Ready With Me style here. I also feel like I'm just not like the bee's knees when it comes to putting on makeup, so I don't do these very often, but I do already have skincare and my sunscreen on my face for today. I'm just jumping right into the makeup. What I have in my bucket for eyeshadows are these right here, but I don't really have like a matte eyeshadow to use. The eyeshadows that I pulled, like this one is kind of like a, I mean, I guess it's a matte, but it's kind of like a gray. It's kind of like a gray purple. Can you guys see that? And I just don't know that this is what I need to use on my eyes. So I think I am actually gonna go into the contour palette that I pulled, and I don't typically set my eye base, but I do think that this one looks kind of like pinky tone. This one looks kind of yellow, and then I have some browns in here also. So I think I'm gonna use that for like my matte like crease and such. Maybe mix some of this into it, I don't know, but I have been using this an awful lot lately, so I'm gonna try real hard not to use this. But I also have this pencil that I would love to use, but then everything else in here is kind of gold, so I'm just not sure. Let's open this pencil up and see what we think about the color of this. I think this is kind of green. It says the shade is sapphire though, so maybe it's blue. Oh, that's definitely blue, but it's kind of like a sparkly blue. Oh, it's very green on the screen. I don't know, you guys. This is real pretty. So we may be using this. We're gonna start with this brown here. I think it's like the coolest tone brown. And we're just gonna pop that into the crease, and we're gonna see how this goes. This might be a mess. This week I am on a staycation from work, and I am on a staycation from work because I need to take some time off, but also well, as I'm filming this, I don't know, you guys probably will see this well after the fact, but my daughter moved to San Antonio. She moved to San Antonio. Yeah, well, their first day there was Thursday, which was, as I'm filming this, 3 days ago. It makes me very sad. I'm very sad that she is gone. And I was gonna go to visit my parents, but for my staycation, but I have a lot to do, if I'm honest. I need to get my taxes done, and I need to get my hair done and get it ready for FLC, which is the leadership conference for Ulta. I have to drive like 2 hours to get that done. I just have a lot to do. I'd like to get myself back into a place where I am pre-filmed enough that I don't feel stressed out every week. I'm trying to get my content out, and that's been a process because I normally am pre-filmed for, you know, I've got videos up for 2 weeks out, except for my series videos, so my palette roulette videos, but that really hasn't been the case lately. Was this a mistake? Maybe. Was this a mistake? I think this was a mistake. So we're just gonna cover that all up. I think I should have maybe just started with this color. What do we see here? You know, my life just kind of got crazy. My life got in the way. I haven't been able to pre-film as much as I would like and be like uploaded as much as I would like, and I don't really know where that stems from. Like, was it because I got COVID? I don't think so, because I was still trying around that time frame to get myself in a pre-filmed place. So I think it was well before that this all kind of came to a head and went down like it did. I want to spend a good portion of this week like just getting myself into that place. So where I was going with this is like going to, you know, my parents' house to visit would not have behooved the process of me getting all that done in a timely way. And my mom is really sad about it, but, and I know, I get it, but at the same time, like, I have got to do something because I go to FLC in a month. And I don't want to worry about it. Now, I also know that I do this channel, you know, just for shits and giggles, for the fun of it. And if I can't get uploaded, I can't get uploaded, and that's okay. But I just poked myself in the eye with that. But I like to have the content for you guys the way you like to have the content. So I stress out. I don't know how quickly this is no longer pliable. So it's got a little like dude on the back end. I'm gonna just use that to kind of smudge this out right here. I don't like how this is going on. Oh my god, this is gonna be a mess. I'm gonna end up taking this. We're supposed to go somewhere tonight with some friends of mine. For those of you who don't know, I used to work at Starbucks. And we're having like a little Starbuckian reunion for the cool kids, the ones that we all like. I think I'm going to get a different brush though, because that smudger doesn't work super great. Oh my god, this is another reason why I don't do these very often. I can't remember what I was talking about. Even though YouTube is, you know, my hobby, and it's not really a job. I don't get paid for it for sure. It's still a lot of work, and I don't know, you know, there's probably a lot of you out there that are watching that do YouTube, but there's probably a lot of you that are also don't do YouTube. And if you don't do YouTube, you wouldn't know that it's a hell of a job to do. It takes a lot of effort. And I'm not bitching, I'm not complaining, but I just need to get myself in a place where I feel better about my content and putting it up and making sure that it is going up in a timely fashion. I don't like this pencil. I mean, it's pretty and all. It's like super glittery, but it also could be bad because it looks like shit right now. we're gonna get done with this. We're gonna just keep on going, keep on moving. Who knows? Trust the process. Trust the process. That's what I have to tell myself all the time. And that's what I suggest you also tell yourself. What is this so that you guys know? Oh, Revlon Colorstay Glaze Stick in Sapphire. It's part of their Wonder Woman collection. And it is a silky shimmer eyeshadow stick. I would disagree with silky. I think it's very dry, if I'm honest. And also, it doesn't like to blend out. So once you get it on your eye, it's pretty much stuck exactly where you put it.
This looks like shit. Look, trust the process. I'm gonna trust the process. We're gonna trust the process. We're gonna try to anyway. I don't know that that's gonna work out so hot for us.
So I'm gonna go back into this, which is actually a Bareminerals loose pigment. And as soon as I get the cap back on it, I'll give you the shade name, but I think it's called Pacific Heights. I think. And it's very like a gray tone purple, and it's also like so dusty, right? Because it's a loose pigment. You guys, can you see this going absolutely sideways right now? I can. I think I just went in way too heavy with that with that pigment. It's all over. It's always good, I think, to see other people not perfect. Because here in this YouTube space, there's an awful lot of pretend perfection out there. And I will be the first one to tell you I am not perfect at this. I'm not even very good, if I'm honest, this is part of the reason why I don't like coming to you and doing this, because, oh my god, this is like Hot Mess Express going on right now. But I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm resigned right now. Also, this blue really shows every single bit of texture on my eyelids. Every single bit of texture. I hate this eye stick. This will go in the trash. I won't even probably use it again. I'll probably give it to my daughter. This is, yes, Pacific Heights. It is a loose pigment by Bareminerals, and it says Bareminerals ID. This is so old. This has been in my collection for easily 15 years. Easily. That makes me feel gross. So I'm going to try and fix this just a little bit by putting this on my eyes. This is ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in So Quiche. And it's kind of like duochrome, almost like gunmetal, like Aztec gold to some extent. I am going to try and pop that over the top just to see if I can salvage this just a little bit and make me feel a little bit more comfortable with it, because right now I absolutely hate this eye look. I like that, but I need to cover up the blue. I don't think that this is the eyeshadow that I'm going to end up going out with today, unless something fantastic happens between now and the end of this look. Like, this just isn't it. I'm going to pull like maybe a dark purple eyeshadow to maybe kind of give it some depth on the outer corner. Alright, I do have this, which is by Colored Rain, and it is the Book of Shades, and it's basically got 3 sections which you can put your single shadows into, and I have all these purple single shadows. I think I'm going to use this one here. This is by Sydney Grace. I have to be honest with you, I don't know what shade it is because I haven't put the shade names on this dude like I had intended to. This eye look is whatever.
Have I really not been recording sound? My sound card is full, so I don't know where this video stopped with sound, but I will make it better. Give me a second.
I'm sorry about that. If it was forever. I am going into that purple now to try and deepen up the outer V of this eye look, because I think that's what's throwing me off, if I'm honest, is that there's just not really any depth in this eye look. That blue was awful, but we are going to deepen it up. I think that's given me the depth I really want to see. So it's largely a purple eyeshadow look. That took quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to, and I really don't remember what I was talking about now. I think I was talking just a little bit about my daughter, her move, and what that makes me feel like, because I'm going to struggle with the fact that my daughter is so far away and I don't get to see her as much anymore. I mean, I have 2 adult children, so my oldest is 28 years old. He obviously doesn't live with me, and neither did my daughter for a minute, you know, but he lives 2 hours from me. So if I want to see him, I can just drive the 2 hours to see him. But Texas is a long way away. When I told my mom I wasn't going to come and see them this week, because initially it was just like a thought, like a passing thought I could come and see them this week. But when I initially told her I wasn't coming, she asked what I was going to do instead, and I told her I was going to cry. I was going to spend my time in my bed crying because that seemed like the thing to do. And now she's called me every day because she's worried about me, which I think is very endearing and much like I would anticipate my mother would be. All right, I think we're in a good place. I think I just wasted so much shadow trying to get the lid back on this guy. It's just very messy. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of brush over the top with this powder right here just to kind of diffuse some of those edges, because I feel like this got super messy. I don't know. I think for such a mess, it actually turned out looking okay. You be the judge. I think I am going to use this primer today. This is the Yonsa Tone Up Primer in Essential Glow. It does have 8 super blocks essence. I don't know what that means exactly, but it says it moisturizes and preps skin for makeup, blurs imperfections and pores, provides brighter skin tone, powered by 8 superfood essences. I have used it one other time. I'm still unsure how I kind of feel about it, but this is what it looks like. I think I did probably get way too much, but that's okay. You know what this smells like? It smells like pencil shavings. That is the weirdest thing. Is that normal? I don't know that I necessarily like it. I feel like it is a little bit glowy, but not like too glowy. It's definitely not a glow that's going to show through a foundation for sure. So I don't necessarily know that you need, you know, this glowy foundation if it's not a foundation that's going to show through. I am going to use this Tinted Moisturizer by Laura Mercier. I also have used this a couple times and I really like it. It's got decent coverage. It does have its own sunscreen in it as well. And it's a pretty decent match for me. I mean, even though this shade is on here and it doesn't look like it matches me well, at least in person also it looks a hell of a lot darker than it does on the screen right now. I do think it's a decent match for me, so I am going to use that. There are some spots obviously that I'll have to use some concealer on. I do have some concealer options too. This foundation or moisturizer is a little bit thicker than most other like moisturizers are, so I think that's why it lends to the amount of coverage that you're getting out of it. I mean, you guys can see that it does appear that there's quite a bit of coverage in this, and granted, I mean, it's light at best. Most tinted moisturizers are almost sheer, to be honest. There's a lot of like glow, and it doesn't necessarily like 100% cover everything, right? But I think it just gives your skin a really good like base to work with. I think that it is a really nice tinted moisturizer, and I always take everything down because this part of my chest is really red always, so I always take it down on my chest just to make everything match just a little bit better, because my neck and my face definitely aren't as red as my chest is. I don't think it's rosacea or anything. It's just like it's always been that way. Definitely love the coverage of it. Like getting in close here, There is definitely a lot of like shininess that comes from it, a lot of like glowy. I am gonna go in with like a second coat just to see if it builds. I haven't tried this yet. I don't know about, I guess it does cover just a little bit more that spot that I had there. I wouldn't necessarily say that there's a huge difference. So like from a building it up perspective, I don't know that it's necessary to build it up. Your first coat is going to be just about as good as it gets, honestly. I am going to go in with this concealer, which is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue, and this is in shade 12 Light Medium, and I'm going to use this to kind of spot conceal because I do think that it is more my skin tone than the other concealers that I have. Cover my melasma right there. That's the one thing I would say has gotten better since I got like more into skincare, but there's still like parts of it that I really feel like, you know, need a little bit more coverage. This section right here on my forehead, like I don't know how my forehead got like that just on one area for melasma, you know. It's just, it's weird to me. But then just going over the top of those spots, I really think it looks nice. I really think it looks like a skin, you know, a second skin versus makeup on top of a second skin. That concealer wasn't bad either. This I got in like an IPSY forever ago. Again, it's the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue. For brightening, I am going to go in with this. This is new. This is the Boing Bright On Concealer. And so you're supposed to use this, and it's a two-step system. You're supposed to use this and then use the cakeless concealer over the top of it. If I am 100% honest, which I always am, I don't like the cakeless concealer. I think it's way too dry for me. I have super dry under eyes, super dry skin, but I am going to go with this just right underneath my eyes for that brightening effect. And then I may, depending on how this works, put like a light concealer over the top of it that I do like. I usually go in with my finger just because I feel like that emulsifies the product just a little bit, warms it up, you know, skin to skin touch, warms it up, it sinks in just a little bit better. It causes less creasing when you go in with your finger. Yeah, you guys, I feel like that did a really good job of brightening my under eye. I also don't know that I feel like it needs another concealer, so I'm not going to put another concealer over the top of it. This is a serum-y texture, so if you like cakeless as a concealer, you might like this as a two-step system where you're using this as a brightener instead of a concealer. But if you don't like cakeless, this might be a better option for you overall. So part of the reason why I don't like cakeless is because it reminds me a lot of Shape Tape. Although it is a lot thinner than Shape Tape, I feel like it does the same things to my under eyes that Shape Tape does, which is make me look like I'm 900 years old. I already am old. I don't need a concealer to help exacerbate that problem for me. My under eyes are crepey kind of because I am 45 years old. Like I'm not going to get away with, you know, looking like I'm unwrinkled and unweathered and unaged because I'm not. I don't put powder under my eyes either, but for the sake of this video, I am going to use this by Terry powder because I got it in my lucky bag and I have heard really great things about this powder. And I have heard that even people, can you see all that powder? Even people that don't like powder like this powder. So what I have also heard, however, is that you want to use the teeniest, tiniest bit. So I haven't heard what's the best way to apply it. Today I'm going to use a sponge. I don't know if that's the best or if that's going to be a mistake, but we're going to try a sponge. I'm going to try it on my under eyes. We're going to see how we like this powder. For a person who doesn't normally wear powder, this will be, like, honestly, a true testament to whether this powder is great or not. I literally have the smallest amount on this sponge. I wasn't even seeing it come off. You know, I have to be honest. You can't even tell that there's powder under there. Should I try it with a brush? Like, I just, something in me is telling me that there's no powder that's gotten on there because I'm using a beauty blender. Is that dumb of me? Anna, tell me if I'm doing this right. Brush or sponge? Here's also a testament to this powder. I have never, ever went back into a powder and said, I'm going to put more on because I don't think that I got any on my face. I've never done that before. So, true testament to the powder. I think that that powder is lovely. I'm just not sure that I put it on right, and I'm not sure at the, 20 minutes later whether I'm still going to love it, so we will see. Let's move on to bronzer and contour and all those things, and this video is going to take forever, so please bear with me. I'm going to use the same brush that I used to put the powder under my eyes. I'm going to use that for contour. I'm going to go into the shade here. This is Princess Cut, and it is the same shade that I originally had put into the crease of my eye look, and I'm just going to kind of contour out. It does look a tad bit warm. I think that's something that a lot of like companies have, maybe not, that doesn't necessarily look as warm as I initially had thought it did, but I do think that that is something that companies tend to maybe not do 100% well, is sell, contour palettes with a bunch of different shades in it, but all of them are more warm. Like, contour should not be warm, in my opinion. Who feels awkward doing one side of their face versus the other side of their face? Me? I'm going to go in with my NARS Laguna bronzer that's in my project pan, and spoiler, look at that pan. And I'm just going to grab a little brush and kind of try and hollow out maybe just a little bit more. I do like the tone of this for deepening up, like for, where am I going with this? Contour. Have I put too much on yet? Maybe. I am going to go over everything with this brush and just kind of make sure it is all blended out really well. All right. I know I just got done putting a bunch of bronzer on, but now I'm going to go in with a little bit warmer of a shade and kind of like make everything kind of come together. Bronze goddess kind of way. So that's another thing I'm going to focus on this week while I am on my staycation, is really getting a routine down for myself. The problem is, here's the problem. The problem is that I'm traveling again for work. Last year at this time we still had like quite a few travel restrictions, and we weren't allowed, well, me specifically, because my district is so geographically expansive, like we weren't allowed overnight stays in hotels, we weren't allowed to travel outside of a certain radius. Most of my stores are outside of that radius, so I was doing a lot of virtual visits. I could schedule those and then I could take a walk in between. This year being more, travel is being allowed, like, it's been rough. And when I go into some of my hotels and their fitness room is still not open, or they don't have a fitness room, like, I'm gonna have to find a different hotel, because the one that I typically stay at in one of the towns that I go to quite often, they don't have a fitness room. So I'm gonna have to find a different hotel because I do need there to be a fitness room. This is the Marbled Light Blush by Ciate London in Burnt. And that is more of a, it reminds me of Mood Exposure from Hourglass, so I do think that it's going to be more on the mauvey side than it is going to be on the pink side. So we are going to put this on. Yeah, so I just need to find a way to prioritize myself. Here's the other thing. When we went back to, work, yeah. When we went back to work and travel, like, that became my priority all over again, which it should have, right? but I need to remember that just because I'm back in a place where I can travel all the time doesn't mean that I need to disappear, right? My priorities for myself need to disappear. So I really do kind of like that blush. What do you guys think about the blush? For highlights, I do think I'm going to use this one. This is in nope, not Convent. Covent Garden. This is by Ofra. And this is the Ofra and Talia Mar collaboration. I think that it's got a really nice, like, just kind of pinky feel to it, which I think is going to go good with what I'm trying to accomplish here. Yes. I think that was a sneak attack, honestly, because at first I couldn't tell that there was anything going on my face. That is so pretty. I love that. I might actually also use it underneath my eyebrows when I get my eyebrows done. Speaking of eyebrows, let's do those really quick. This one is in Universal Brown, and it is by Winky Lux. I have never tried it before. It doesn't look like a precision pencil. It looks like one of those like triangle shaped ones. So we're gonna see how we love this. I do need to get my brows fixed because they are a hot mess right now. I wasn't recording. I'm not sure how much I wasn't recording. I did this brow and I think it looks amazing. It's pretty bold, but I would say that this like heaviness throughout my brow is because they need to be touched by the beautiful hands of an arch expert. Not because I effed up, but because they're just thick right now, and that is how it is. So I'm going to finish my other brow. I can't do this eyebrow as well as I can do the other one. So, you know, this is as good as it gets for this eyebrow. But what I would say is that I think I need to clean it up just a little bit because I did kind of go out of bounds just a little bit on this side. You guys, I love this brow pencil. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, it's really nice. So I am also going to put on a brow gel. This is by Wander Beauty. I had a brow gel in my project pan again. It is now empty. So I think this will be the new brow gel that I bring in because it won't take me long to get through this either. But I will tell you, I do prefer this brow gel to the one that I just got done using in my project pan, because this one, I mean, just the wand of it is so much better, to be honest, than the Essence one. If you guys are in the market for a good brow gel, do not, I never recommend anything other than the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, just because that is a truly phenomenal, I believe 100% worth its cost brow gel. But one I would tell you to steer clear of at all costs, regardless of what price point you're looking for in a brow gel. Still steer clear of that Essence Brow and Lash, or Lash and Brow, or whatever it is. It is the most ridiculous, stupid product. It doesn't work at all. And the wand on it is humongous, and probably because it's a brow and lash product, it's the size of a mascara wand. But there's no reason why you need a wand that big for your brows. It just doesn't work that way. See, this is why I say trust the damn process, because at this point I really like this eye look. I usually take the brush that is the color that is closest to my brow bone after I get done with that brow bone shade, and kind of just swipe over the edges of it just so it doesn't look so stark. I pulled in both of my Marc Jacobs eyeliners. One is just a smidge bit more matte and darker than the other one, and I do think that both will go well with this eye look, and I also know that both smudge out really well. So I am first going to go in with this one, which is in the shade Plumage, and just kind of follow along my lower lash line with it, kind of on the underside, not on the waterline. I'm going to take like a little like Luxie detailer round brush and kind of smudge that out. Kind of do this in several steps so that I get what I want out of this. The deepness, the smudginess, the whatever it is that I need. But I am going to take the matter darker shade and just kind of go on the inner rim just to bring that purple back in. And also tightline along the top. Then I'm also going to take this eyeliner and go right along the lash line on the lid space and kind of get smudgy. So this started with me talking about things and is ending with me talking about makeup. Typically when people are coming to get ready with me, it's maybe not for, it's to listen to you talk. I mean, is that true? I do think I got a little bit out of control on this side, and this side is not nearly as out of control. I am actually pretty happy with this eye look at this moment in time, which is more than I can say from when I started. Mistakes were made, but it'll look good. It'll look good right now. Well, I am going to, I think, use this lip liner. This is by Juvia's Place. This is in the shade Love Me. These lip liners are really, really nice. I do think that this is a little bit more pink than I wanted to go, if I'm honest. That's really pink. Really pink. This eye look is way too cool toned for something like that. This is by Ribalde or something like that. My aunt got it for me. This is a lip crayon also, and this is in, it just says bold lip color stick. I think that works. What do you guys think? All right. I think we salvaged this look. Okay. I'm gonna go zhoosh my hair because I'll be right back. Okay, listen. This is the final eye look. This, well, final makeup look, I guess. Me using my Shop My Stash items. I don't think it looks bad. I think it started out a hot disaster, but I don't think it looks bad, and I'm super happy with it. I am going to do my narcissistic like montage. Let y'all look at my face. You tell me what you think. Honestly, I think that this concealer is really doing, this Bright On concealer is really doing a good job of not like intensifying the dryness under my eyes. I love it. Love it. It's been on my face now for a good hour and a half, so I love it. Tinted Moisturizer, I think is beautiful. Like, I think it's sitting on my skin beautifully. I love it a lot. Everything else I really quite like. I loved this, the By Terry powder. Again, my under eyes do not look crepey ass dry. Nothing is blending to the texture of my under eyes. Nothing is falling into the fine lines and wrinkles that are on my aging skin. I think it looks amazing. I think that that powder is a powder that I could use. I could stand behind. This lip color honestly isn't bad. That first lip color honestly wasn't bad, but just not right for this eye look. So tell me what you guys think. I don't like this. This will never get used again in my collection. It will sit in here until I do my next Shop My Stash rotation, and it will go into the declutter bin. Just not even gonna mince words with you. I do like this as a, you know, as a matte shadow, but I just think that it's really damn messy. But I like the look. I think it's good. I'm gonna go get dressed and ready to go to kind of a party tonight at the Vineyards. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this get ready with me. I hardly ever do them because I'm a hot mess, as you guys saw. Let me know what you think of this. Please do like the video if you liked it. Please also thumbs it down if you didn't. Any engagement is good engagement, and I do like your feedback. So also let me know down in the comment section what you think of it. I would love to hear from you down there. I hope that you liked it or me enough that you're considering also subscribing to my channel. Let me know down below if you did. I would love to welcome you in person, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I upload a video. With that being said, I hope that, where are we? April is treating you all kindly. I hope that you and yours are well, that you're safe, that you're golden, that you're getting along as best you can in this crazy world we're living in currently. And I hope that you all are loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.